Hi friends, in the previous video we created a account in GitHub and we also created a repository inside the GitHub account. Now in this video we will talk about the branches. So branches allow you to develop a features, fix bug fix or safely experiment with the new idea in a content area of your repository. So each repository has one default branch and can have a multiple other branches. You can merge a branch into another branch using a pull request. So we can create a branch from the existing branch. Typically, we create a new branch from the default branch of the repository. Then we can work on the branch, and once the changes has been done, we can merge into default branch. So let's go to the GitHub and create a branch. So right now I'm in my GitHub account. So you can see this is my GitHub account. Now let's click on this icon and check your repositories. So I have two repositories here, right? So let's click on this my test repo and see the branches. So right now if you can see there is a one main branch which is a default branch. Okay, and if you click here we don't have any other branch right inside this repo. So let's first we can rename this main branch. Okay, this is a default branch. So whenever you clone this repository right into the your local machine, right, so it is clone from the always clone from the your default branch. So you can change your default branch name. So let's change the default branch name. So click on the settings. So here you can see this is our default branch. Right. So let's click on the icon and I want to make it master. So click on the master and type master and rename branch. Now go back to the code and you can see the branch name has renamed, right? So still it is our default branch. Okay, so now go to the branches and see what are the branches there. So right, so click on the this down arrow and you can click on the view all branches, or else what you can do in the browser next to your repo name, right? So suppose this is my repo name, next to your repo, click and type slash and then branches and click enter. So in this page you can see all your branches inside this repository. So right now we have only one master branch, right, which is a default one. Right? There is no any other branch. So you are right. So basically, it's showing all your branches. I mean, the branch which created by you, right? But right now there is no any branch. There is no any active branch, right? Apart from default, right? Still branch. So I will come come on this point later. So let's go back and create a new branch. Okay, so here from here you can see that there is an option, right? So or else you can go back, click on your view all branches, and then from here you can click on new branch. So give the branch name. So my new branch will be release. Okay, so basically it is creating from the master, which is a default branch, right? So when you click on the create new branch, it will create a new branch from the master. So basically all the contents from this master branch will copied or create under the release branch. So let's click on the create new branch. Now see, so release branch is created now. Now let's go back to the, so see this is in the master we have index.html then style.css. Now if you select the release branch, so here also you can see index.html style.css. So basically we created this release branch from the master so that all the contents, all the core files are come from the master branch. Right. So let's go back to the view all branches, and here now you can see here, right? So if you click on US, so this release branch actually created by me, right? So that is why it is showing under US tab, right? Then active, if you click, so this is the latest release which we have created, so it is showing in the active. We don't have any stale branch, right? So basically stale branches are the branch which has no commit in the last 120 days, or no protection rule, or no any open pull request. So basically it's a inactive branch, which has no any commit in the last 120 days. Then you, if you want to see all the branches right from the repository, you can see here master and release. So now we have only two branches here. So now if you go back to the code and here, right? So let's go to your release branch and let's edit this index.html. Okay, so click on here, right? So and click on this icon, edit file, and here I will add one more line here. Okay, so if you just put the new line here, this is my second. Click on the commit. So now just add the commit message. So add my description mention as a case. Right? So here you can see it is we have two options. Can commit this change directly into the release branch or create a new branch for this commit and start the pull request. So we will see this second option later in the pull request. So right now I will just commit it directly. So commit changes. Right. So now our changes has been committed into the index.html file. Now if you click the history of this file, right? So see, so this commits, this first commit actually come from the master branch, okay, and this is our recent commit. Added my second paragraph, right, and if you click on this commit, right, and here you can see the details of your commit. So basically, we have added this new line here, right, which is showing in the green, right. So let's go back to the code and see, select your release branch. Okay. So suppose this is our release branch, right? And this release branch is used for deployments, not for the development. And you don't want to change, or you don't want to change this. I mean, you don't want to commit this changes into the release branch. Okay, direct changes into the release branch. So basically, you need to add some protection rule, branch protection rule into the release branch. So once you add the branch protection rule into the release branch, no one can directly commit the changes into the release branch, right? So how to do that? So let's click on the setting, and here you can see the, click on the branches, and here click on the add protection rule, right? And here you need to give the branch name, okay? You need to give the exact same name, right? So my release name, I mean my branch name is release. So give the branch name, and then here you can see require a pull request before merge, right? So click on the pull request, right? And here you can see require approvals. So we don't want to commit this directly, right? So it will create a pull request, and when you create a pull request, you need to mention the approvers, how many approvers you want to approve this pull request, right? So I will just keep one. Okay, you can also check this option to review the pull request from the code owner. Okay, but for now I will just keep it the require approval and create. You can also log the if you want to log this branch. Okay, if you don't want to commit anything from anyone, right? So you can just log this branch. So for now I don't log this. Okay, I will just put some require approvals option enable and click create. So now you can see our branch protection rule is created for this release one. Okay, now go back to the code and select your release branch, as we have added a protection rule only on release branch, and click on index.html. Okay, and previously we added this change directly into the release branch, right? So again, let's click on the edit file, and this time I will add one more line here, which is my third paragraph. Click on the commits. So now if you can see, this time it is asking me to create a new branch for this commit and start a pull request. And if I commit directly to the release branch, it is showing some rule will be bypassed by committing, directly. So bypass the rule and commit. So I don't want to bypass the rule, right? So basically, it is it is not enable you to directly change in the release branch. So you need to create a pull request, and then you can commit your changes. Right? So that change pull request we will check in the later video. Okay, so think yes. So let's go back to your code. Sorry, I don't want to comment this. Okay, so I think that is all for branches in the repository. In the coming video, I will show you how to create a pull request in the repository. Thanks for watching.